what exactly is Dandadan? Now, some of you might be confused right now, and if you are, I would suggest that you probably should leave, because it means that you are not caught up in the Dandadan manga. I would suggest that you take a look at Dandadan as soon as it comes out next month, but for now this is just a chat between me and the other great people who got on the train before the anime came out. In any case, returning to the topic at hand, Dandadan was recently revealed to be an actual concept within the world of the manga. For a long time, there wasn't really anything to suggest that Dandadan could actually be something real within the story, other than just a fun name for the manga. But now that Count Saint Germain has revealed to us that that is indeed the case, that this Dandadan has some kind of importance to the story in general, fans have been scrambling to figure out what it might be. The final panel of the chapter in which Count Saint Germain reveals that Dandadan has some sort of significance within this world features several mandalas on a 2-page spread. Some online have been quick to point out that this may be in reference to the 8 great bodhisattvas. I apologize if I pronounced that incorrectly. Or the 8 sons of Buddha, as they are also known. Additionally, there are a lot of things in Buddhism referencing the number 8, and these mandalas do seem to be clearly referencing Buddhism in some kind of way. The concept of Dandadan within the world of Dandadan could have something to do with Buddhism, enlightenment perhaps, and that connection actually grows stronger when you realize that previously in the story, these bodhisattvas have been referenced before, specifically when the mech that they were piloting transformed into the Great Kinta Bodhisattva Zeta version, when Kinta was piloting it. Another possibility is that Dandadan could have something to do with these gods that Momo's grandmother mentions early on in the story. Though they have been mentioned before, again by Momo's grandmother early on, we haven't really seen much of these supposed gods. Instead, only seeing possibly their influence through the powers and abilities that Momo's grandmother exhibits. Other than that, the only real things that we've seen in this world are some yokai, some cryptids, and aliens of various shapes and sizes, of course. I think it would make a lot of sense for the scaling of this universe to continue moving further and further into the supernatural, into the realm of gods, and give us a reason for Momo's grandmother to really start actually guiding us on some very specific stuff that could be interesting. Of course, that's all hoping that we find out a bit more about this soon, as we seem to have been left on a cliffhanger with that particular subject, as now we've run off on a little bit of a side story with itty bitty Momo, who seems to be equivalent to a fairy. So we'll see what exactly happens there. Additionally, I don't know what's going to happen with Okarun and Turbo Granny. I can't see Turbo Granny stepping out of the story that quickly, and we've got to figure out some way for Okarun to continue being a big part of it. Especially now that he doesn't have powers, he's got to find some other way to contribute. Anyways, I am very excited to see where the story goes. There is a lot going on, a lot that's made me, it's revitalized my interest in the story in a lore perspective a lot more recently. Of course, I've always been incredibly hyped for the fights and, the interpersonal stuff that's going on within the story as well. That's incredible already, but now that we've got what seems to be maybe a possible big bad in Count Saint Germain, and we got that little bit of a lore tidbit and finding out that the Dandadan is something big that we still have to find out about, I am more excited than ever to see where this goes. And I really, really hope that some of you will take these recommendations that you're seeing to heart and watch the anime when it comes out. Because Science Saru is gonna knock it out of the park, I just know it. If they don't, I am going to be devastated, so they had better. In any case, I thank you so much for sticking around and listening to me ramble for a little bit. I don't know if everything that I've said is entirely accurate. I'm not very well versed in Buddhism, of course, so I could have said anything wrong. Of course, I don't think I pronounced bodhisattva very well either. Hopefully I did, but correct me if I'm wrong, please. I would appreciate any input that you have on this or any other topic down in the comments. And with that being said, I hope I will see you all in 2 weeks' time when I post another video.